So I know it is late. It is, it's 11:30 my time, so whoever else has late night hours, I'm an insomniac, I can't help it. So I'm up. I pulled out my inspiration slash idea quilt. It's a little bit of both. I kind of put ideas on it, and it inspires me to be able to quilt it on the long arm or for other things. I see something and I kind of want to try it. So tonight, I need to pick this up a little so that it doesn't on top of something. So, um, yeah. So, hi, I'm Tiffany. Thanks for watching. This is Tiffany's Quilting Life, and if you're interested in more videos, like and subscribe and ring the little bell below. And yeah, I post live videos mostly, often, and late. No random. It's random. There's no time or schedule to what I do. So, but I wanted to come on here because I had gotten those. See if I can pull them all out. I had gotten some country stitching rulers from Teresa, and I was playing with them before, but I didn't do anything on this. I was just playing with them on the jump fabric. So I want to actually right now play with them for real. So I am going to play with them for real, and I got a few other rulers to use also. But these actually, some of them say, well, at least this one says it. I don't know about any of the rest. This one says do not use with a long arm. Long arm, maybe because of this little bendy thing. I don't know. But when I have it on the frame, this is considered a mid arm, so technically, it don't matter. So I might have to put some sticky or go out to the garage and later. I'm not gonna do it right now, and grab some hot glue and put some hot glue on the back of these because I don't know how well they're gonna stick. But for now, I'll just hold them down, and you know what? Each one fits a block perfectly. So what I'm gonna do is do one and then turn it around and do it the opposite way somehow. Yeah. And see how it works. So I got my ruler foot on here, and no comments. I doubt there will be anyone on because it is late. And I'm going to pull this to where it has room to be moved around. And I'm going to go to a block I haven't done, which would be this one right here. Again, this is just a queen size quilt that I started. Make sure that I can go this whole distance. Alright, it fits the whole distance. Let's get started. So first of all, I want to bring my thread down. And it fell out of the needle. Go figure. Okay, nice to have a little pair of snips too. And I'm not going to use gloves, only because I want to be able to steady. So I'll show you the ruler I'm going to start with first. And obviously this video will be available for replay tomorrow for those that want to follow. And I'm going to line this up because they're situated for 9-inch square. Well, 9.5. It was a 10-inch square. Now it's 9.5 inches. So that's actually pretty darn good. So I'm going to center it on here. And I'm going to come over here to this side right here. Now, I've only used these one other time, and I only played with 2 rulers. I have not played with the rest. So this is my first time, and you guys are watching it. If I mess up, it's totally not my fault. I dropped my feed dogs for this project because sometimes you don't have to, but for this, I'm going to because fabric underneath, and I don't want any grab from those feed dogs under my bottom fabric and shifting anything while I'm moving these rulers. So, from what I've watched on their videos, I'm going to come right here, and it's cool, it fits right underneath the ruler foot, which is good. And I'm going to drop my needle down. It would help if my bobbin thread was up. I don't know why it's... I need to make it taller so it'll grab something. That's why I tie it off. Load that while I'm in there. Alright, so that should be long enough for me to grab now. Let's start over. I'm hoping you guys are able to see at least what I'm doing here. I tried to adjust the camera. It doesn't see my face as much. I'm pretty sure my head is cut off. So I adjusted it a little bit lower. So you can at least watch me do these. I wish I had somebody up and awake during my insomniac hours to come in here and hold this. But I don't. So I'm just going to lay this again in the center of my block. Bring it to where I want it, holding that ruler right here. I'm going to drop my thread. What is wrong with this thing? Put that all the way up. There we go. I knew it wasn't pulling. I reach my hand in and grab it. That'll work easier. And then I will line this back up. And I'm going to tack it a few times. I have my speed all the way up, but I'm not going to go fast. I'm just going to adjust it with my foot. Okay, so I have it tacked down, and I'm going to move my thread tail over to this side. I'm going to hold this ruler, and I am just going to... I don't think it likes the pressure. Okay, it's not even going. Maybe my foot, my it could be the ruler foot. Alright, let's try this again. Goes to show when I try to do something new, my video doesn't want to do what it's supposed to. But if I was doing something that I normally do, it would work perfectly fine. Okay, here we go. Now it's working. I think it's just the foot, the pressure, the ruler foot's pressure wasn't where it's supposed to be. So I come up to here, and it broke thread already. It doesn't like me. I'm going to try quilt without this ruler real quick. Could be my ruler foot. Needs to be adjusted. Just doesn't want to hang out today. I'm hoping at least my internet and video quality is a lot better than earlier today's. Holy moly, it was so bad. We'll see. I just put all this on here. I don't know what its problem is. I can't even thread the needle right now. There we go. Maybe because it's Insomniac hour. Let's see. See what's going on here. That seems to be working now. So let's cut this thread tail and snip that, obviously. Put this back down where it was. Come up to it and try it all over again. I don't know why it just doesn't like these things, or maybe it just... It's really hard to hold this ruler. Let me make sure that this whole thing is up here, because maybe the... Alright, let's see. Right here at this top corner. Keep going. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put some kind of sticky something on this, because it broke thread again. Okay, it doesn't like these rulers, that's for sure. Let's put some tape on it for now until I can get out to the garage and use my glue gun. See if this helps. And for tape, I'm just using standard hospital tape. I use it mainly on rulers that I don't want too much of a lip, but that I don't have hot glue gun on or want hot glue gun on them. I don't know if that's gonna help me much. It looks cool so far if I'd stop breaking thread. This one doesn't, if it keeps breaking thread, I'll switch to a different ruler on a different area and just try to free motion quilt whatever this is. Guess I'll just slow my machine down too, just in case. Does not like me. It looks like you have to have 2 fingers on the ruler and some fingers on the quilt. Thing is these rulers are pretty big, so smaller throat machines you wouldn't be able to use these. I guess this is just my review, I guess, and it's going to have to be a review because a smaller throat machine would not be able to use this because there's no way you can hold it with 2 fingers and move the quilt top, you know what I mean, and hold it steady. So, following the design, you know? Because look, I can't even fit my hand in there now, and I still have to keep it adjusted just right. Now I'm going to turn this darn thing this way. No, I don't know how I'm supposed to manage this one. I want this next one to start. Well, that's not going to work. So let's put the foot down, tie it off. Thread by moving the ruler out of the way. Pull my thread back up and snip. I pulled my bottom thread up that way instead. Alright, now I want this to sit this way. So I'm going to turn it this way. And it's going to cross over itself. We're going to come up here to this top piece, drop it, drop the needle, pull the thread up. Try to get my fingers in there to grab my thread. There we go. Alright. So Teresa, when you watch this later, it's not my fault. I swear. Is that why you said you weren't going to use them? Alright, here we go. As long as my fingers are on the outside. See, it really shifts a lot. Definitely going to need some hot glue gun on these. I will show you, I will hold this up so hopefully you guys can see when I'm finished getting this piece on here. And you can't mind my stitching, it's not my fault after all that's going on so far. Coming to that top point. I'm trying to hold this thing as best as possible. Okay. I'm just going to tie it off that way because this one was leaves number 1. So, let me cut these thread tails and let's look at leaves number 1. If you can even see my stitching with all this material. Let me try to make sure I'm looking at my screen to see. So it comes in right here, down, up, leafs over, comes over here, leafs up and over, and then this one comes in here, leaves, weird leaf thing here, and follows around with a weird leaf thing there. I know you could probably see my other stuff on here if I held it up. So, kind of want to add more to this, but for now I'm just going to leave it as is and move on to the next. So let's choose another ruler to try. Heart leaves. This one's kind of big. This one's not going to be able to go this way. This one has to go longwise. I'm going to have to set it up where it fits on the whole block. Alright, and use it longwise. So let's put some tape on this one temporarily. The tape really did not help any, but it helps more with cutting blocks, not sewing with these thingies. But I have a ton of it, so. Alright, let's see. It goes this way. So this one's PE heart leaves. And stick it on here. So I'm pretty sure I followed this first. Come out. Follow this. Come out. Follow that. Or I can follow this. Up here. Either way, two of them have a full rotation. Alright, let's put it here. Actually, let's start it right here and see. Maybe it'll work easier from this section. I'm going to make sure that's where I want it, though. Drop that thing in there. I'm just going to tie this off. Follow it around. I'm gonna move this thread out of the way because I don't want it poking through. Make sure that this is where I want it. Follow this thing around. It really does not like to sit still. Come up into this little area. I think this uses a lot more arm strength, and it's kind of like tense. It's tense quilting with these rulers. And they come down. Take it up into this. Out. And it shifted so much that I didn't even go over the previous line. Come up into that. Into the corner right here. Yeah, it definitely uses a lot of arm and shoulder. So anybody thinking about getting these, I would make sure that you are very strong because that right there just killed not only my elbows, but it made the upper arms. It's hurting my fingers having to hold it. So I'll be able to give a different review once I put glue on it. But this one, I can't even repeat in here unless I put it on top of itself. I can't go the opposite way because it'll hit. It won't let me. So I can swap it the other way, making it go on top of itself. Let's see how that would look. There'll be a couple crossovers. Alright. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So I have now moved it to the way. Pull this up here again. With the weight being up here on the table. I'm going to put this down right in here. And make sure that my edge is right here. That one's right there. Alright. I'm not even going to pull my bobbin thread up. I'm just going to tie it up and start moving. Coming up to that corner, slowing myself down, coming around this one, coming out. I do have to say that the 1/4" ruler foot fits in it really nicely. So I definitely cut correct. But this is sure using a lot of momentum to do this. And I'm trying not to make sure I move it because I want to be able to go over the same lines, which it doesn't seem to be doing. It comes back to here. Totally not what I want it to go. Yeah, it's making it hard to get over here. So I'm going to fold this over actually. Holding it on there. I guess I have to get creative with this. I'm just going to cut that, pull that out. So number 2 done, and I'm telling you right here is killing me. And I'm hunched over anyway to see the camera, but heart leaves do not look like hearts unless they're combined somehow. I just kind of made a jumbled mess of them, honestly. Alright, let's find another block that has nothing on it and add something to it. So let's come over. I have something there. I don't have anything here, so I just have a bunch of empty blocks, by the way, available for me to work on in. Let's go and try the next biggest one, which is a meander. So obviously I'm going to take this meander and I'm going to set it on here and I'm going to go over it and I'm going to flop it around to a different way so it crosses over, and I'm just going to keep going around it. Let's see if I can get away, because it's a little bit smaller, get away with not using tape on this one. Let's find a beginning and start it right here. So I'm going to make myself go this way. I usually work from right to left, no, left to right when quilting. So this is different going this way, but the ruler wise it seems a little bit more logical. So again, this one is the meander. It says do not use with long arm on this one too. I'm just going to follow it around. And again, I am using a lot of strength to do this. And I broke thread again. I have broke more thread using these rulers so far than any other time when I'm quilting. Either these rulers need a specific tension set up on the machine or something, but I'm definitely not liking what's happening here tonight. Alright, where was it? And it's set up about right here. Okay. So let's just start this here. Definitely does not help without some kind of glue, that's for sure. And holding these things is definitely really, really, really hard. It's not wanting to let me move the quilt. Ooh, and it's lifting that piece. Gotta hold that down too, so there's more added handwork. I have it resting on my lap. And I guess I'm gonna have to move it closer. I don't know about these rulers. And then I guess I can, when I finally get the super glue or the glue gun, I'll just, it broke it again. When I finally get to the glue gun, I'll just see if that helps any, because it just broke thread again. And I'm just filling my floor with thread, but I will clean it up later. Snip this one off too. This thing is seriously bothering me. So I would not suggest anybody with arthritis using these. Anybody with rheumatoid especially, because there's no way you are going to be able to hold this ruler down and move that quilt at the same time. It's seeming to be quite impossible. Are you kidding me? I gotta stop breaking the thread so I can pull it up, because I'm pretty sure if I had my thread tail here, it would help a little bit with the thread breakage as well. So let's center this back up, down, put the presser foot down, tie it off, hold this piece down because this piece wants to lift, and it's wanting me to move, it's wanting to move the ruler, so this is making it super hard. And it broke the thread again. So I guess let's try some tape on this one too. So maybe these rulers are a good idea for some, maybe for others, like people like me who have medical issues, these, I'm gonna suggest that this is probably a bad idea. Now, regular rulers, ruler feet for long arm quilting and stuff is okay. I'll show you guys the difference in holding those. Put that one there, whatever. Okay. Try to get this back where I had it after I thread the darn thing again. Making myself a big huge thread mess. I wish I knew how to use my threader on here. It would make this so much faster, but for some reason it just does not do work for me. I mean, I don't know, I've tried a bazillion times. Alright, let's line this up where I had it. So I'm about right here. I don't know, where is it? Right there. Wow, that's pretty horrible. It slid a lot. Like, I'm trying to line all these lines up in the center, and this thing definitely slid quite a bit. Okay, let's try to move this without... I'm going to go super duper duper slow, and this is using a lot of arm strength. And I'm usually not this slow. Still going around it though, just because. I guess if you already know how to do a meander, needing this kind of ruler is kind of just a waste of money. Especially since it's really, really tough to use. Found myself in a position needing to move around. Okay, now that I have it here, that's the way I just was. Let's take it back around to the beginning again. See if I can't get it to start going this way. Oh, it's a repeat completely. No matter which way you turn it. It goes around just a little bit differently. I'm just going to cut thread, I guess, and move it over, because that does not... I wish you guys could see these up close. It really sucks that I can't show up close, because this is absolutely atrocious. It looks dumb. Alright, I'm going to try to just go over in a different spot, overlapping itself. Try it one more time, except this time I'm going to move it down, and it's going to go over itself a bazillion times. Let's see how this works. I'm going to stop cutting thread, but I'm trying to make this super simple. Super simple on something that's killing the crud out of me. Alright. Remember, this needs to be held down right here because this little lip, if it comes up and the needle goes down through it, it's definitely going to break a needle. It's very hard to hold this. I don't know how anyone is going to expect to get nice, pretty stitches from this. I'm just going to go over this and meander it myself because this one is very frustrating. I'm going to do my own thing real quick to it. So, meander, thumbs down. I mean, again, once I get glue, I don't know. Maybe the smaller ones will be easier to hold, but let's do some quick all over randomness meandering, which is what all over, that's what meandering means, is all over everywhere. It doesn't help that I have kind of the shakes tonight, so I'm going to come to this end right here and drop my needle and pull it out. Tie off like normal. We're going to pretend that I didn't just do a ruler. And by the way, I keep looking at my phone hoping that somebody's on and wants to chat with me, but I know it's late, so there's probably nobody there. Now I'm hooked up with that little guy, but I'm going to come out. I don't have my gloves on, so sliding is pretty much the same as usual, just gently tickling the fabric. And I broke thread again without the ruler, so maybe it's just my tension tonight. Let me look underneath and see. Nope, just not that. Just does not like me tonight. That's what it is. It is not happy with me. Okay, where did it break? It broke right there. Guess sometimes the machine just doesn't like you. Tonight is the night it does not like me. Trying to find all the gaps, that way everything is filled in with some stitching. Even though it looks absolutely terrible. So that's how I pull my bobbin thread up, so that I can get rid of my thread tail on the back. Even my little scissors don't like me right now. What is wrong? Alright, so that's quilted. Let's move on to the next square and try a different ruler this time. A littler one. Alright, let's do scapula swirl. Seems little enough. Alright, so this one I cannot put tape on because there is nowhere to put it. I don't know where to start on this. I guess I will just... What, are you supposed to go on the outside of it? I don't know. It has a little, like, bump there, so I'm pretty sure that's where you start and stop. So I guess I'll stick it right down here in the corner. Start down there in the corner. I don't know why I keep looking. I have... Nobody's watching. This is just going to be a tomorrow replay. Look at that. I can just pull my bobbin thread up with that. At least this one's open. Alright, let's try this. This one really is going to have to be held down. This is going to be hard. Okay, I'm locking my stitch in and I'm going to follow this. It's like a swirl. Comes out to another swirl and then go back down to the bottom. Okay, so the littler one is a lot easier to control. It's not landing on the same line every time. Guess not that easy to control. Okay, I guess you come to right here. Come into this one. I'm really putting my weight into this, guys. Like, seriously putting my weight into this. So I'm going to make that the starting point again and bring this a different angle. I'm going to cut my thread tails. Okay, so if it's going to stop right there, let's make it go this way. Ooh, yeah, I can't hold it that way. This is very hard. Okay. This is the most frustrating thing. Besides the fact that it's killing my arms and my elbows really bad. It keeps making me break thread. Alright, so I'm somewhere in this vicinity with the swirl thing. So it's about right here. Okay. Let's hold it right there. Bring it over. Drop this. Bring up my thread. Keep it center. Okay, and now it's not even stitching. I don't think I'm out of bobbin, but we will check. Yep, I am. Look at that. And maybe it'll stop thread breaking with a new, fresh, tightly wound bobbin. Had a little bit of a dust bunny sticking up at me. It's about cleaning time for this machine too. When it's in the garage, it gets cleaned a lot more than it does when it's in the house. But that's because all my cleaning stuff is out there, and it's a lot more convenient to take it and clean it out there. Okay, so it was sitting like this. Let's go back to the spot. Got the needle. I'm going to tie these threads, then align it. Okay, so I'm going to tie those off. Now I'm going to align it the way it was. Assuming you're supposed to stop here and then go into this other circle. I broke thread already. You guys just as frustrated as me? Because I'm super frustrated. This is supposed to be my awesome quilt for me that has all my cool ideas on it, but now it's more like all these mess ups. There's going to be a lot of thread tails in these couple blocks that I've done so far. Okay, so where is... I am right here. Alright. I'm in it, now to come back out of it. Which it's not coming on that same line, because it is very hard to keep this ruler in place. So I'm going to pull that out and just stop that, because that's where I was. I'm going to pull my tails up and The scapula swirl is hard. I thought smaller ones would be easy. It was easy at first, but as soon as you move it, I'm definitely having issues with these rulers. Actually, I'm just going to leave it right here, and I'm just going to do some swirls in here, and I'm going to try to just match this. I'm just going to try to match what's here, you know? Hates me. It hates me. It hates me. You guys have never seen me truly frustrated. I am truly frustrated right now. Like, I kind of want to just give up and turn this off. But I'm going to keep going, only because I'm going through every single one of these rulers. After I finish this block, obviously. About halfway around that spiral, and it's not really a spiral, it's more of just a curve, honestly. Come out into a different direction. Hating myself and my machine. Getting to that point where I'm going to start screaming at it. I don't really scream at it, but I want to. But it don't hear me. I'm going to change some things up real quick. Come back right here. I follow my own lines so much better than that ruler, let me tell you. So this is going to take a little bit longer, this video, because I'm obviously making that. Which ways I can go. I wonder if you can even see that. I didn't even see that I had comments. I must have had the thing wrong. Hi, Michelle. You would say you're here this whole time. I am working with the rulers from Teresa. So far I've gotten through this one, this one, this one, this 4 of them. And so far, they suck. They are very hard for people with arthritis and hand movements, and my needle is breaking, my thread is breaking a lot right now. No, did not get that ruler yet. And my gloves are off because of the rulers. It's easier without the gloves, because if I had those gloves on, I don't think I would be able to hold the rulers, because let me tell you, they are 100% hard to hold. I'm about ready to just scream. I need to add one more little swirl right there. I'm going to end that swirl right there. Screw it. I'm going to rethread this whole thing. So, what are you doing, Michelle? I had to come on because I needed to do something, and I didn't want to work on the customer's quilt because I need to draw out the background of it. And then I gotta start making templates. I gotta find my template paper stuff. I don't know what happened to it. Put the gloves on for a minute. Maybe that'll keep my thread from breaking, but if my thread still breaks, I'm just going to say screw it. Alright. That is plenty. Okay. So now that that sucks, let me see if I can even show it. It's hard to just isolate one block in hopes that you can even see. Yeah, okay. There, now you can kind of see the quilting. I just had to adjust the light a little. Alright, next. Ruler. Let's do clouds. Yeah, there's no way I'm going to do this with these gloves on. There's no way that this is going to be held down. Let's try it anyway. I'm going to get frustrated. You know what? Screw the clouds. Let's do the last one, which is flourish. I don't know what flourish is supposed to do, but I know I can make lines, and it also makes the, I think it makes the body for the feather magic. So let's see. Are you still there, Michelle? Okay. So I'm just going to try to follow this. Let's see if I can't hold it. We're going to come down where that's going to be 1/4 of an inch. And we'll start it right here at the edge and the seam. Let's try one glove on, one glove off. I am not liking this. It's like I'm trying to yank more than normal. Oh wow, that did not work. So unfortunately this ruler goes to the end of the machine, so I cannot use it this way. It has to be used this way, no matter what. So I'm gonna guess where this next line is gonna be. A stitch in the ditch. Down 1/4 of an inch, which the ruler is there. I'm gonna guess this edge. Over. Now put the ruler here where it will reach. Okay, I don't suggest these rulers. These are definitely not for people like me. Come down. Try this again. See, now the ruler has hit the wall, so the rest of it is up to me. Now, let's turn it upside down and try to squeeze in some wiggles, but I have to come over first so the ruler fits. So let's come down another 1/4 an inch. Actually, I'm going to flip it around and make a little, let's come down just a little. I'm going to put that at that edge and that at this edge, and we're going to try something. Okay, these gloves are not helping at all. And the rest of it is up to me. Now we're going to come down just a little so that I can go back the other way, but upside down with these. I'm going to come over real quick, line it up. Put 3 lines right here like I did on the other side, so I'm going to come down. Just a 1/4 inch. Okay, so this one's just a little bit easier except for the fact that it keeps hitting the wall. And I still have to manipulate because it's really... And I'm at the wall. Hello, Duana. I didn't think anybody would actually come on this late. Because I thought I was, well, Michelle and I are both insomniacs, so I really thought it was just going to be one or two people's, which it is now, because there's two people talking. Alright, I'm going to start this all by my lonesome again. If you don't know what we're doing here, Tawana, I am using the rulers that Teresa sent me, and I'm kind of reviewing them at the same time, and they suck. Let me show you in a second when I finish this line. So far, this is the only one, besides the fact that this one, oops, there goes my thread again. Besides that this one does not go all the way across, so anything with, it needs to be bigger than a 9-inch throat of a machine. But these rulers say not to use them with a long arm, so I don't know how much bigger a machine throat can be for these rulers to work properly. But they are the, I don't want to break them. They are the countrystitchin.com. What's the person's name? countrystitchin.com by Dusty Farrell. My personal opinion, and this is me being 100% honest, this one can only be used longwise. You can't use it this way because it doesn't fit in the throat of the machine, but it says not to use these in long arm. This one can only be used one way because it keeps getting stuck. This one sucks altogether, the meander. Everybody knows how to meander, so I couldn't get it to stay, and these little thingies bend out so much. There's no way to keep it still, you know, and holding it down requires you to, and you can't use the gloves. This scapula swirl sucks as well. So far, that's as far as I've gotten, as well as this flourish, which I'm thinking flourish is supposed to be for the spine of the the feather, which I'll be at in a second. I have one more that's clouds, but clouds is like a meander, and I'm not even going to bother. And I keep breaking thread. Tonight is not my night. I don't know if it's these rulers or what, but I adjusted everything. I don't know what my problem is, or my machine problem. I don't know what my machine's problem is. Alright, so this one is going to be considered done. So, let me tie it off. Right here in the corner. By lifting my bobbin thread up. And I'm making a disaster so I can clean it up off the floor. So, I'm going to keep this out because I'm going to make a spine for the feather. Although I'm pretty sure I can do that on my own, but... Alright, let me try to see if you guys can see what this one just did. So I started down here, went around, but because the machine doesn't fit the length of the ruler, it got stuck on this side, so I had to do it myself. So I did 3 lines, and you can tell that they slide quite a bit. Then I did this one. Excuse me. Excuse me. Then I did this one to go over it, and it didn't even overlap there, so it got moved, bumped out. Then I did 3 more lines on this side. So it's kind of its own thing. I don't know if you can tell. But let's move on to the feather one in this next block. So I'm going to make a spine. Grab this, and then I'm going to grab the feather template. And I think I remember watching the video on it, so I'm going to do two feathers. Let's see how far they come out. Don't mind my yawning. They come out pretty far. So I'm going to do about right here. I'm using the feather piece to adjust where the center of the spine will sit. So I'm going to drop my thread right here. it up. Just use the ruler to pull it up, I guess. Again. Tie my threads. Now, pull this back up again. I need it to be able to have all the weight up here. And all the weight on my lap. Alright, let me take a drink of water first. Okay. Okay, let's try this. So I'm going to make a spine real quick. Spine done. That was easy. Put that back in the box and grab this feather thing. Alright. So I'm going to come back up here and clip my threads. Alright, good night, Dewana. I wasn't expecting anybody to be here, honestly, so you guys can just watch tomorrow if you want to. I'll try to do some close-ups before I get off on what I've done with these rulers, and I'll put the ruler next to it. But I'm telling you right now, I don't like the rulers. Teresa, thank you for the gift, because I know you'll be watching this later. I appreciate it very much, and since it's not allowed to be used on a long arm, I'm going to use it on the frame anyway and see if that might change up how, because I don't have to hold them as hard. This I have to move the fabric too, so I'm going to try it the other way also, because maybe that'll work better, so we'll see. So, alright, I am going to make myself put this stem, I guess it just comes down right here. It says to put it where the top, bottom comes out, so I guess that's where it's going to sit. And I'm going to follow it now and break more thread. I really am not happy with this. It looks so simple in the videos that they post, but this is not simple. They've been using them for a long time, but I don't see simple. I see hassle. I feel hassle. So I'm going to tie that off, and then since this is an open one, I'm just going to slide it back in to about where it was, or where I need it to be. And I'm just going to slowly do this. Not too slow though. Okay, so I'm supposed to bump back to the line that's on the ruler. There's like a line. And it definitely did not stay on its line. Then you're supposed to slide it. Oh, there you go. Okay, so then you slide it up around back to its, where it would come back into the spine again. So, I want it right here. Taking it down to the spine. Okay, then I would follow the spine. I'm going to do something because the thread breaking thing is irritating me. I'm going to double wrap. See if that helps. Okay. So I'm just going to come up to the spine where I want it to start, I think. Right here, I guess. Bring my needle, or my thread up. Okay. So travel up the spine. What also does not help is that my machine does not like to go back that way. In the up, like if it was on the frame, it does not like to go up. So it does not like to go that way up, away from me. Alright, so let's put this back up here again. Aligning the next feather. And the feather is supposed to hit. I'm going to go a little bit higher because it's supposed to. It's supposed to hit that other feather center on that line to create the bump. Okay, so I'm going to bump back to this line and then draw the ruler back up and around, turning it, and break thread again. This is absolutely something that never happens to me. It just hates me tonight. I changed the tension on everything. Alright, let's tie this off. And then I'm going to bring this back where I had it. Come down. And bring it up. Bring out another feather. Right about follow that back around. So what I'm doing is I'm just sliding the ruler up to the next position. Coming into the spine, I'm going to follow the spine up. You still there, Michelle? And I'm going to come up here to about right here. And then bump back. Come further down. I'm going to twist the ruler. So I'm going to make a final feather right here. Right there. Comes right into the spine. And I'm going to travel down. I'm supposed to be in bed? Shit. I told you earlier, I have insomnia. I'm up all night, so I'm attempting to use these rulers from Teresa, but I'm going to tell you, Sandy, because you probably eventually want to try something like this, or you probably have. For free motion quilting, these rulers, they're country stitching. I'm going to keep saying this over and over again because I want people to know. Country stitching by Dusty Farrell. These rulers are not meant to, okay, first of all, you can't use them on smaller throat machines because this is a 9-inch throat, and it already poses a problem with these templates, these bigger ones, because they can't be used. I mean, they can, but you get stuck. Secondarily, you can't even hold this fabric, and you have to hold this down, and like this meander, these things, look at this, they pop out. Tomorrow I'm going to try them again, or not tomorrow, the next time I try them, I'm going to have, I put tape on them for now because I'm not out in the garage, but in the garage I have my glue gun, and I'm going to put hot glue gun on all these and see if maybe that changes it a little bit, but unfortunately, this is killing my elbows, my forearms, my fingers, and my neck. This is definitely not for arthritis, not for fibromyalgia, not for MS, not for rheumatoid arthritis. People with problems with their hands and arms and elbows and shoulders and neck, this is not for them. At all. Right now I'm working on the feather. It's a little bit easier to work with, but still, whatever. It's called Feather Magic. This is the only one so far that's okay besides the thing that makes the spine. The flourish is what makes the spine. So I'm not even going to try the clouds one because the centerpiece moves. So I'm making my way back down to do the bottom. Alright, so let's do, now I do it upside down. See, when I put the glue on this, I'm going to have glue on both sides because it, okay, whatever it is, I'll just do it. Yeah, don't get these rulers. I'm going to assume that for some, this is just a waste of money. I, again, thank Teresa, who's probably going to see this later. The only one that I'm like I said, I'll try it when it's on the frame and frame quilting with it, because frame quilting I go side to side, so I might be able to fit those in the throat better because I will be going that way. But this way I quilt all directions. I mean, on the frame I quilt all directions too, but my machine is already tilted to the side, so I know where to go and where I can and can't go. The quilt being bunched up on the side of this machine, in the throat of this machine, is stopping me from seeing how far I can go. And then obviously I'll put some glue from the glue gun on these, which is what I do with all my rulers, and see if that helps. But I can't use gloves because I have to hold this piece down the whole time. If you don't have a table, you can't use these. There's no way without a table that you can get away with using these. And anything smaller than my machine, like a 9-inch or 7-inch or 6-inch throat, for like brother machines and singer machines and baby lock machines that have smaller throats, nope, it's not going to work. This little one will work, but for feathers, but the rest of them don't. The flourish one can't go side to side this way. It can only go longwise, so. Alright, bumping back to this line, sliding it this way, creating a new stem. Yeah, I'm not even going to bother drawing with it. I got the chalk and everything. I'm just going to do it this way. And I'll try it with some glue, you know, from the glue gun on it next. And I don't really like them, whether I draw it out or not, because there's not much to draw out. A meander, a leaf, clouds, like, those are simple without drawing them. So I'm just trying the rulers itself. Kind of reviewing them. Not something I normally do, but this is definitely a lot of arm work, holding this down. And moving the fabric. And it breaks thread constantly. So my normal saying of tickling the fabric, not massaging it, definitely I'm massaging it. Normally I wouldn't. But because of the fabric, or the ruler, I have to hold it down nice and tight. I have lots of other rulers that I don't have issues with. Alright. Okay, so again, I'm going to put it back in, bumping this back up, creating, oh, this feather ain't even going to go very far. I'm going to make the stem longer, because that's what I want. Pop it out. Follow my spine. Can't even wear the gloves. Like, I would rather wear my gloves so I can grip the fabric, but it's not allowing me to with these rulers. I want it to come out further, so screw it. I will put it right here. Lining it that way. Create the new piece right there. Yes, I'm definitely going to be hurting tomorrow. This is like me reading these instructions on the quilt. I'm out of my comfort zone. Yes, I'm definitely out of my comfort zone, and I feel you. What quilt are you doing? Is it the one that you keep saying you were going to do? Or a different one? Michelle, are you still around, by the way? 'Cause I haven't seen you. I'm tracking myself up because I want to put one more feather. I'm going to come out with it because I think that will look pretty. This is a lot of holding, that's for sure. And sliding it back around this way, and last one. Oh, and if you go over the line, you'll definitely break a needle. I haven't broke one, but I just lifted this stupid thing up now. I'll finish myself up the spine. And pull my thread up. Find my snips. They disappeared again. They probably fell on the floor. Alright, so feather. I guess I do better. Naturally. Alright, let's see if I can't move this up. Find my snips at the same time because they disappeared on me. Probably going to fall off on me. Okay, where did they go? Alright. See that? So yeah, that's the feather. So first was the spine. I could see it in a bigger area or like a really big border, but not this. So let me pull this camera down so I can show you guys the ones that I just did. So let's find all these blocks. So, and I'll name them as I go. That would be amazing. They're all cut out and I'm ready to start sewing on it tomorrow. Cool. Alright. I did everything but the clouds one. So, this one, let's bring this camera out by me. I'm just going to try to reach the darn thing tonight. Okay. Alright, so, I don't know if you can even see the stitching right here because of the design of the fabric. So it starts right here, something, comes up and around, and remember I made it cross over itself, so I got a little backwards swastika going in there, but whatever, it's quilt. And then it comes around right here, and down. Okay, and then, okay, so that was this one, the leaves. Okay. Then we have my floor. Okay, after leaves, I did this. Oh, that one, yeah. Then I did. That was the leaves. So this is a swirly heart thingy right here. So I went overlapping. So it comes around somewhere right here. And I overlapped it, and it swirls in, comes back out. And then I made it overlap itself, only because I wanted more in the one spot. And then the next one is, was this, okay, so the next one is the swirl, and I added to it, so what was used with the, from the ruler itself was this line coming into this, and look, it's really hard to stay on the line with the ruler. And then it comes out, and then it makes the second swirl right here. And again, I did it over, I moved the thing over and did another one. And that's why I kept losing thread. So I just added my own the rest of the way through. I just tried to copy it. Then the next one is the, whatchamacallit. Oh, I'm dropping rulers, by the way, guys. So this one is the spine one. Not this yet. Where did it go? I don't know where it disappeared to. Oh well. Wherever it is. That one's the spine one. So I made 3 lines, and then I used the bottom side of it to make these. And then again, I did the 3 lines, but this was getting stuck in the machine. So in the throat, from here to here, wherever that ruler went, it don't fit. Oh man, it fell somewhere. Oh, there it is. I never make this much of, okay, so see, look. That's how, if it's at the edge, plus you got to take into consideration the fabric. So look. There's still this much sticking out. And this isn't the only one. So, alright, I'm just going to move the ruler out of the way and go to the next one, which is, this was supposed to be meander. Unfortunately, this is the most sucky one. I just went over it and just around. I just made a big jumbled mess of it because it was not, the meander one wasn't working at all. The little pieces stick out too much. And I'll show you what I mean again. Right here on the ruler. Somebody's trying to call me. And I'll call you right back.
You're on live stream?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll just switch over to it.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Sorry, guys. Okay, so yes. Okay, where I was getting at. Sorry, because of the call. See this thing? So it was getting stuck around. If you don't hold these things down, look at that. If you don't hold them down, the whole thing moves, and it's going to break needles like crazy. And even with my little stickers on here, it didn't prevent anything. So that's poorly, poorly designed. And then I did the swirls. And last but not least, we have the feather. Let me lay it up here just right. So there's the feather. That is with feather magic. Wherever I just stuck the darn thing. Alright, hi Diane. I was trying to answer while I was on live and I totally forgot that it can't do that from the tablet at the same time. So this is what makes the feather. And this is what makes the spine. So we got the flourish makes the spine, and this is what the other side of these lines are. I'm just explaining here, Diane, how so sucky that these rulers are. The feather one is about the best one of all of them, and keeping in the line was just as horrible. So I'll find, let's see. Just my normal, I wouldn't do this. But see these? You can see every time I tried to bring the thing back up, and then you just slide it around like this and start to the next. Then you come back down the spine, slide it up around the thing, come, and adjust it the way you want it, and come around to the next. But having to hold it at the same time, I mean, look what it did. I'm not going to be disappointed because this is just my play quilt. I just mess around, but this was my first starting point right here. That's totally bad. This side's even worse too, right here. I don't know. I don't suggest these for anybody with arthritis, anybody with anything. I mean, these are my normal quilting, so this is the stuff that's on here now that you guys can see. So we got swirls with double swirls. We got clamshells with echoing. This is just some of the stuff that's in here. There's a lot of random, here's little itty bitty dinky feathers that I was trying a long time ago. I mean, they aren't even as bad. And then we got just some straight lines, it looks like. Oh, they're just swirls. These are my worst ones of all. I cannot stand doing these. I don't know why. I can't never get them even. Where you come down, swoop, go up, swoop. No, I don't use that, Diane. My machine, this area right here, is super soft as it is. And I have echoed hearts in this thing. Some more swirls. My crap that I just did. Geometric designs. This thing has a little bit of everything. It has a free motion swirl out to everything. Then I love these two. These are so fun to do. So it's a line, and they don't have to be straight lines because it looks better when they're just a little bit messy. A line with a little itty bitty swirl. A line, a little, and you offset the little swirls. There's just little, like leaf puckers, I guess. I don't know what those would be called. And then, let's see, we've got some more geometric, but more bigger. That's probably the one that I had to do the teaching, so I was trying to teach someone to do it. There's some regular meandering. See, that's what it's supposed to look like. That little thing was getting stuck. Here's something I did a long time ago. I was trying to free motion, learning how to do from corner to corner with a curve without messing it up too much. And then I tried to show you guys this last time, but I couldn't get it to focus. That is my, I guess it's called a feather wreath. Echoed feather wreath. What else we got? Oh, here's a clam flower. So it comes into a clam, and then you come and swirl around. This one I did upside down instead of right side up, and then you echo it. So you do the clam, and then once you get to the other side, you do little swirlies, And then you echo the swirlies to create the flower. I'll have to show you guys how to do that one of these days, since this is my play quilt. Oh, that's a dumb one. A lot of these on this side, we're getting to stuff that I did over 2 years ago when I was first learning. Yeah, these are my wing swirls. And then you guys saw the other ones on my not learning swirls. So I'm a little bit better than I was back then. And then here's some grid. Some more of these. Here's a straight line with a little itty bitty flower. Straight line, little itty bitty flower. Straight line. These are fun to do. I like the ones with the swirls and flowers and the straight lines. It definitely gives it a pretty cute look. Oh, I did wood grain, finally. I did it last time I was on here. Oh, my goodness. So there's wood grain. See if I can even see it better. It's hard to see. I'm running out of alright, those are empty, those are empty. I showed you that one. I showed you that. There's lots of clams in here. It's kind of like my go-to design. That and a large meander. Then there's this one, echoed clam. I think I already showed that though. So yeah. Alright, let me put this back up here. Ouch, that hurt. Alright. Let's put that back. And I'll do one more ruler, I guess. The regular rulers, though. See if it's just my machine messing up tonight, or what. Because I don't know what's going on. Stay. My phone does not want to stay. Alright. Let's find another empty square around an edge, just so I can make it easy for myself. Right here. That's empty. I'm going to use right there. Yeah, straight lines. I'm doing a lot better, but see, I don't use anything to do straight lines. I just use my eyes. I don't ruler. I tried with my, I don't even know where my wooden ruler went. I started with a wooden ruler when I had this on the frame. So, yeah. Alright, let's take one of my Westerlies out and see the difference. I don't have the grips or anything on any of this. Let's do this one. No. There's a little flower that you make with this one. Let me get the tape off. Alright. Can I find the right kind of marker to mark the front of the quilt without disappearing? Like the pants does. I have this stuff. I just bought it. I haven't even opened it yet. Let's open it while I'm here. I bought it to do my customer's quilt because it's got a lot of stuff in it. So it came with a sharpener and a case with chalk. Let's see if it even has a pretty thing of chalk in here. Oh yes, it does. Let's see how well the chalk dries. Ooh, I can see that really good. I can see it, obviously. You can't. What was it? Let's see something. Sandy, we'll do what you said. Let's see. It comes out there. Let's make it come around. Up. Down. Up. Down. Up. This holy moly is sucky. another swirl right here. This block I'm just going to do a little bit of anything in because I'm playing with my chalk. I better put it away too. Is this an eraser for it? Interesting. That's even a chalk eraser. I better leave it out, kind of. But it has all sorts of colors, the chalk. It was it's the Dritz Quilting Chalk Cartridge set, and it was like $6.98 at Joann's. So it wasn't that expensive. Alright, let's try to go over these lines before I play with another ruler real quick. It's kind of hard to see the white line as much, but I just used it anyway. I'm going to start right here. Pull my thread up. I lost my trimmers. There's some on my floor, and I bet I'm going to end up stepping on them. Really follow my line back out. And then I'm going to come off a bit. And make a sharp point like that. Yes, I use just about all colors that I have on. Yeah. Oh, you mean the chalk? I haven't tested the chalk yet. Yeah, I don't have any washable markers. I looked at some when I was at Joann's, but I just got chalk for now. Because I totally cannot see now that my hands have that white. Oh, funny. I just made a really weird design that kind of needs something. I don't even know what I just did, but it needs something. Alright. Whatever I just did, it's kind of cool, but not. Different colors, 20 different colors. Let's look at the whole package. And they're erasable? Yeah, I didn't see any big packs. Really? Your Genome doesn't have drop-down feed dogs? You don't have to have your feed dogs down, but with rulers, like I was saying in the beginning when I started this video tonight, there is no way for people who don't put their feed dogs down to use these rulers with the feed dogs up, because one thing, those feed dogs are going to come up, and with that pressure that you're putting on the fabric, it is definitely going to grab. And if you have there's all sorts of different kinds of fabric you can put on the backing, but any kind of it, it's gonna shred it. I have a feeling that that's what it's going to do. So feed dogs need to be down for ruler quilting, for definite with these kind of rulers, you know. So, yeah. Use that. I just leave my feed dogs up and just quilt some. I don't have any problems with that. Yeah. I don't always put my feed dogs down. It just depends on the project and what I'm doing, or if I even forget. Like right now, they're just down because the whole ruler thing, you know. But I don't know. I don't have to put them down. It slides really nice. I don't need that on this machine. Has really, really slick surface. So, but I'm pretty sure it's because they sell this machine to go with frames, you know, to go with long arm frames. So it needs to have something slick on the bottom to slide back and forth constantly. So I've had no problems with this, and the extension table is super slick too. And if anything, I'll just spray some Teflon on it. Yeah, some cooking spray. That'll help. Just kidding. It'll ruin the fabric. So yeah. Okay, I just made some weird, funky design now that I got myself off track. But I guess I'll just get... Oh, that's what I was doing. I got myself off track to grab this ruler and make something out of it. So... I think this one makes like a weird... I'll start right here. Yep, mistakes or not, it's all art. Alright, let's put this back down. Tie it off. Okay, I'm using one of these ones. Westerly rulers. I don't know what this is called. Spin Effects, number 4. It's a 3.5. This one creates a like spindle thingy, like a flower almost. So that's what I'm going to create real quick. Nothing at the Dollar Tree. I've never actually seen any disappearing fabric markers at the Dollar Tree ever. Once it's down, then I spin it. I just trim these threads though. It's a little bump to cover those feet bags. I have to cover the feet bags. Little brown. That's weird that they sell it with a frame, but the feed dogs don't go down. Huh. Very weird. Alright, now I'm going to go another way. Oh, I got to put it in the bottom. These ones are way, way easier to hold. Spin it again. And I'm totally messing up because I have no idea what I'm trying to create here. I guess I'm going to have to play more. These are for the long, when it's on the frame, to make it easier with one hand. Definitely making a big bulk in the middle though. One more? One more. Alright. I have no idea what this is supposed to be, but it kind of looks neat. I guess I don't think I'm supposed to spin it as many times as I did. So you want one of these machines, Sandy? The Juki TL2010Q? I do have to say there are a lot of bads about the machine, but there's also a lot of goods. When I ever get a chance to sit and give a real review for Juki about this machine, It's definitely going to have a lot more bads on it than goods. And I've had it for 2 years now, and it's, I don't know, it still works, but it has been sent back to the shop a bazillion times because its components interiorly are breaking, and it's not my fault. It's just they're made with cheap plastic, cheap stuff from Taiwan, China, or wherever these machines are made. I'm pretty sure it's Taiwan, but yeah. So I just made some weird spinny thing that didn't come out perfect, but so I put hot glue on these things. I haven't put hot glue on any of these rulers. I'm gonna play with this one for a second, and then I think I'm gonna be done. Yeah, that's the word. Oh, Crisco is what I was looking for. Alright, so I'm gonna, this one is the CC2H. I don't even know what it means, but I'm gonna use the little bumpy part just for fun. And I have to put it on top because I'm having an issue with being at the bottom of things. I like that these rulers actually fit under here. Oh, I gotta start it right here though. Start at the edge and work my way down. Okay. Don't disappear. You have to wash them and wash your quilt. Huh. I had disappearing ones, but because I'm in my garage usually, they all dried out, which sucks. I kind of started a little high, so let's start in, I guess. No, I do bring the bobbin thread up. It's right here. I brought the bobbin thread up. Sometimes I don't. Like if I break thread or something, then it makes it hard to reach it back up. But most of the time I bring it back up to the top, and then I bring it to the top when I end also. But since I'm just screwing around, I'll space not doing that just to screw around. Oh, so this makes like clamshell looking things. So then I come and bring it over here where it ends on another one. Look at that. It's almost like ribbon. It's small though. It's a really small one. They're the Westerly rulers. I had to order some extra rulers to go for the customer quilt so I saw the designs that some of them make online, and then I was like, oh, I might as well get it. So this one now I have to start a little bit lower. These ones are a little bit easier to hold, but I still don't think ruler quilting is for people who have arthritis and problems. This is definitely not something for that. I guess once I put my hot glue on all my rulers, then I will have a more easier time probably. But I'm going to be going back out to the garage soon, so. These ones are way easier to hold though. They have more of a grip to them, and it's solid, so it doesn't have anything bending and folding, and these are thicker. Didn't get notified. Design just seeing down on YouTube or something. Trash. Yeah, well, I didn't buy those. Teresa sent them to me, so Teresa's the one that bought them, and She didn't know unless she tried them. I don't think so, though they were brand new. So, but I don't know why you guys. I don't get PM. I don't get PM. So you said PM. I don't get notifications always either when other people are online, and when I do, I don't get it for like half an hour to an hour to 3 hours sometimes after they've been online. So, yeah, it's kind of weird. I don't like it, but that's how YouTube does it for me. I don't know. I just scroll through, and if I see someone's on, I go on. I'm on YouTube a lot. I watch every video on there. I subscribe to a lot of channels. Like a whole lot of channels. See, these are easier because I'm just using the 3 fingers. They have enough grip themselves to work just right. Like, I like it. Do you have a whole set of the Westerly rulers, Diane? I have quite a bit of them. Set and then other one. Like 7 or 8 of them. Alright, I think I'm gonna be done after this though. This is killing me. I'm definitely not a sit-down ruler quilter at all. I can do it without the rulers, but I am not a sit-down ruler quilter. I am a standing quilter. Alright. Stitching in a ditch real quick to get back to the beginning, because I need to put something right here. And I broke thread anyway. Oh well, I'll be done. It broke thread. Okay. And I gotta find my snips because I don't know what happened to them. They disappeared on me. Okay. So what I just did, I don't know if you can see that. These, I just made them like snowball, like cloudy things, and then this spirally thing. And I doubt you can even see that unless I take the camera back down again, but I don't want to do that right now. I just want to... If you're still up though, Diane, we can, Oh, I didn't know she was talking about you not bringing your bobbin thread up. I do, and I don't all the time, so it just depends on what mood I'm in. When I'm on the frame, though, I have to bring the bobbin thread up. There's no not doing that. It has to be done. Because then there's so many thread, little tie-offs on the back, and they hang like just barely, and it's so annoying because I have to go through with the little snips and snip them throughout the whole thing, so... Alright, so my little idea / inspiration of designs quilt has had some more blocks done on it, which I only do a couple here and there. I'm surprised I'm actually on it right now, but I wanted to mess with my rulers. And now I gotta put all this stuff away. What I was saying though, Diana, if you want, we can talk as soon as I'm finished getting off of this live thing. And then you can see how much clearer my camera is regular, not on YouTube. My daughter was actually telling me it's probably the bandwidth. The reason why I'm a little bit blurry is because of the bandwidth used to make live videos needs a more higher something camera. My cameras are just tablet and phone. So for more clear, accurate pictures, I need a bigger thing that can withstand bigger bandwidth. It's kind of confusing sounding. But yeah. So yeah, when I'm gonna get off of here. Less the cost. Ah, that's a good thing. Well, I better put my ruler foot away because I'm done with that. But I'll get off of here before I do any of that. And yeah, okay. So, Diane, if you want, we can chat after when I just get off of this. And Sandy, obviously, I'll see you next time. I won't see you. You'll see me next time I'm on, and I'll see you next time you're on. So, I'm going to get off of here and go be an insomniac outside and have me a cigarette. And be done sewing for the night because I'm just tired of it. So for new people who are just watching, like and subscribe, share my videos, click the little ding-a-ling in the notification bar, bell, so that you can know when I'm on. And hope you enjoyed watching me mess with rulers. And technically I was reviewing them, but I will give them an even full review after I put some glue on them, mess with them that way, and then once I've tried them on frame. Even though they say don't use them on a long arm, this isn't a long arm, this is a mid arm, so technically I'm safe. But I'm going to try them that way anyway, so. Alright, I will talk to everybody else when they watch this video, because they'll be talking to me, talking to myself. And I will keep camera with higher pixel count. I don't know how that works. You'll have to explain it to me. Let's just get off and chat. Night, everybody. Ooh. Talk to y'all later. And there was 3 of you on, and I only saw... This screen says 3. I don't know. Whatever. Good night.